Hello, adventurer! Have you come to the Grand Archive for careful study? Yes? Well, you're in the right place for knowledge on the world of Cambria and beyond. Come with me, and we'll get you started.
Welcome, everyone, to Careful Study. I'm David Morris, and with me here today we have Corbin and Steve. We are filming not on location today because it's the holidays and we're all over the place. So sometimes we just have to connect online. One day we got to get you a better camera, Steve. You look like a potato.
Hey, listen, new house, moving into it in like a week, so we'll get the live studio, or not live. We'll get the upgraded studio.
So it won't look like you're in a blurry dungeon.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'll no longer be like Harry Potter,
living under the stairs.
Yeah.
We actually got Corbin to get on a camera, which is shocking to me, honestly.
This is the first time, right?
It is the first time. Normally he likes to. Yeah. Normally he likes to.
Thanks to Main Deck Ash for donating a laptop for testing purposes.
No way. Really?
Yeah. He gave me this right before Nationals.
Because all you had was a phone?
Yeah, because all I had was a phone and I couldn't TTS with the team.
He had this laptop for half a year and held out from us. That's where my thoughts are.
Yep. Yeah, he just wanted.
Also,
Go ahead.
I do find it funny that me and David have a bunch of crap in the background, and then Corbin's just like, it's a wall.
Oh, yeah. Look, I'm folding laundry.
I'm sorting cards. It's just blurred out.
I'm folding laundry right now. But mostly it's just video games collection and stuff like that. I bet you if Corbin, if you were to turn your camera around, do we see anything interesting, or is it just more bare walls? I mean,
that's about it.
That looks like it's Teresa's stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's my stuff. This is my office.
What is on the shelf? What is on your shelf?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us a tour.
Yeah. Hold up.
They're like 3D puzzles.
They're 3D puzzles.
Oh,
yeah, they're little pieces.
Is that like a Disney castle or something?
Yep. Yeah. So I got all the Disney character ones.
Oh, that's kind of cool. For a second there, I thought you had a bunch of like glass bongs or something like that.
That's Rapunzel.
I would not have pegged you for like a Disney nut.
Not Disney. I just like fairy tales.
But
Disney's the one that has them all marketed, so it's the Disney images of them.
I got back from Disney. I was in Disney World for a while, hence our not very consistent streaming and recording schedule, since I had a lot of traveling going on. But I had a great time at Disney World. So my son wanted to ride the Tron ride like 7 times, I believe. So we went on that a lot.
How did you even manage to do that without getting stuck in a line for 2 hours?
We were very strategic in how we got in there. So there was a couple of instances where we did do Fast Pass to get in. And in other instances, we had tickets to one of their special party events where they only let in like half the capacity of the park in on a particular day. So there's like no lines for pretty much anything. And you can get through like pretty much any ride within under 20 minutes. So, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Now, I'll tell you one thing. We went during their Christmas time, and Space Mountain, if you've ever been on Space Mountain before, first of all, 50-year-old roller coaster. It's had some upgrades since it was built in the 70s, but 50-year-old roller coaster.
Is it still wooden, or is
it
it
I was going to say, hold on. Is this the
No, it's metal.
LA?
It's metal. No.
Is this the one in LA or Florida?
This is the one in Florida. Space Mountain was, I believe it was first built out in California, and then they built the exact same ride in Florida as well. It's a steel coaster, and it's all indoors. It is in the dark, though, which is good, because if it's not dark, it is terrifying. Because during the Christmas time, they light it up. So while you're going through it, you see blinking Christmas lights everywhere, and it lights up all the track and the scaffolding all around you, and you see just how tight this track is. It is terrifying how tight.
You're never supposed to put your hands up.
No.
When I rode that thing, they
Oh.
said, like, do not put your hands up. You will lose your
You
hands.
will lose. Oh my god, it is so compact in
Yep.
there. It is crazy compact.
They have a height limit to that?
They do not have a height limit. Everyone gets short when they sit. and
I rode that one in the dark, and I remember passing under like there was a track above,
yeah.
and it was like really early on in the ride, and I was like, oh, that was like a foot above my head.
Yeah. No, there is quite a lot of a very close track, and yeah. I'm glad I experienced it. I'm not sure I would want to do it again with the lights on. Lights off, always lights off. So getting back to the Grand Archive, we have a lot of ascents that we should talk about. We all went to Niagara. That was the one that we went to. I did a vlog about it. I didn't have good day 2 luck, but you both had some pretty good turnouts there. No top 8, though we did get 2 people in the top 8 from main deck, Perfy and Alex. That was Alex's first go at it too, correct?
I think
That was Alex's first day 2.
Yeah, first day 2. I don't think it was his first ascent, right?
It might have been. I think
Might have
Nationals
been.
was technically his first big
Oh,
event.
well, yeah, if you count that, yeah.
Yeah. So first day 2, and then he goes and gets second.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Here, Saryu's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, why don't we do a quick overview? How is your run, Corbin?
It's been a while. It's hard to remember it now. I remember I was on Merlin.
Yeah.
The most memorable part of the event was rounds 3 through 5, maybe 3 through 6. I just remember I got paired into aggro repeatedly, and like it's the one thing that I don't want to play against, and I just won all of them. I don't know how, I just did. And after that, the rest of the event felt easy.
Well, that's what it takes to be a good player. The matchups, right? The matchups.
And a little luck.
And a little luck. Flew right through them. What about you, Steve? What were you playing?
I was playing Crux Knight Lorraine, which that went fine enough. I mean, in your vlog, it was funny because I it's so funny seeing my frustration from another person's perspective, and just you talking, and then there's just me in the background, just like this, because I'm just losing my mind to the sheer stupidity that is Water like Aether Wing Diana and Cheshire Cat with boots, and I'm just like, all right, we just 8 damage for free. All right, okay.
You have a terrible poker face, Steve.
Well, my poker face only matters for like my frustrations with the game and the game state. Like, how many times have you guys played against me and I'm just like losing my shit and then I just win anyway?
All the time.
Every game.
Every game.
Yeah, exactly. So it's got nothing to do with whether or not I'm in a good position. It's 100% to do with like, what is my opponent doing, and am I okay with this? Like, does this just bother me that this can happen?
I mean, it was last Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. Last Saturday when I'm looking at you and I'm like, David, I think you're fine. And then I just rip off the top oblation and I'm like, this is stupid. Take 15 and die. Yeah, no, I played Crux Knight. I think I was, again, 1 win away from being able to ID. I think Corbin was also 1 win away from IDing. I think both of us started out the day 2 with like 2-0. We needed to go. I think we needed
lost
3
round 1 in day 2.
Oh, you lost in round 1.
Yeah, that was Caven. It was like,
oh, that's right.
Razor
Yeah, because I was
to
sitting
matchup.
next to you when I was next to JC. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was surrounded by all the main deck guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we what was it? I think I won my first 2 rounds and then lost my third. And then, funny enough, I was in the position to ID with Caben, and I thought we would both get 16 because I've been in this position before. And I was like, the math, I'm pretty sure we both ID and we both get top 16. And then you and Isaac were playing one table ahead of us, and you guys were playing it out, and you guys were like, "What are they doing?"
The funny thing, you came over and you were like, "Yeah, Kevin and I ID'd," and Isaac and I just looked at each other and we're like, "Are we idiots?"
No, but what was funny is that like 10 minutes later, Steve comes over. I think I just made a horrible mistake. I think I made a terrible mistake. And he's sitting there like crunching numbers.
Like, okay, Caben probably did not want to play that game as much as like I think both of us just didn't want to play that game because it was the mirror match and it was the last round of the event and like neither of us could get top 8. It was just for playing for cash. Like I even asked Terry, and Terry is right next to Caben looking at it. He's like, one of you guys might bubble, but it looks fine. Looks fine. Like both me and Terry understood that it looked good, but there was a chance that one of us bubbled. So after we did it and ID'd, and then like you said, Tim, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm pretty sure both of us actually bubbled. But it ended up that I got 16th and Caven got 17th. So I mean, I split the cash and I gave him half, but it was just like. You and Isaac, if you and Isaac ID'd, you would have bubbled both of us out, and that would have been so
Yep.
funny.
Oh,
You guys
that would
would've
have
been
been hilarious. Though Steve probably would have been mad at first, but in retrospect,
No, I would have laughed. You guys would have deserved it. I would have laughed. I mean, if you guys did ID, I think Caven and I would have had to have played it out. Like I only offered the ID because I knew every other table would play it out because the same thing happened in Toronto, and I remember it. That's how I knew the numbers were the same because I was playing at table 8 in Toronto, and I'm like. Last time I ID'd and we got like 14 and 15. There's no way we can't both ID and get top 16. But I mean, I was off by like one position. Who cares? They just need to stop playing the same deck. This is like the fourth time I think I've ran into Caben specifically, not just TCG guys, but just Caben specifically, and he's playing the same deck. And I'm like, dude, can we stop picking the same stuff?
Man, I ran into freaking Hanky twice. Over
Scrub out.
I played into Hanky at in the main event and then in the scrub out, and both
on Fire Slime.
and it's on Fire Slimes, and I'm playing Merlin, and both times my deck just decided to say F you, because I was drawing dead both times I played into him, and it was he was just like, "You're not doing anything?" I'm like, "I got nothing, dude." It's just like swing, kill, and he's just like laying it all out with all the slimes, and I was like, "Well, yep, I'm dead really fast. It is what it is. The man's the goat. What do I expect?" And then I ended up playing into Killydis twice, once in the main event, and then once into the scrub out event. I really loved his Water Diana deck. It utterly annihilated me in the main event. He came in and killed me for Exacxes, like both games in the main event with one big old swing. And then on day 2, because I was so petrified of running into a Diana again, I put Acolytes into my main. I put Varukan Acolytes in my main deck. So I had more of them in my main deck, and I ran into him again, and I saw them and blew up his bow. And I had a much better time. And as soon as I played it, he was like, "Main deck?" I'm like, "Uh-huh." Main deck. So I still had, even though I didn't make day 2, I still enjoyed that event a lot better than I had my previous ascent, mostly because I was playing something that I felt like I had more agency in. I think we talked about this before, and playing a deck where you feel like you have decisions to make, you have some sort of agency. Whether the deck decides to give you the cards or not is, besides the point. When I was just playing aggro, it was either, lulls, high roll, or die. And, I never had an answer for my opponent if, they were just, they better players. Or, they were able to control my field. When I'm playing the Merlin deck, I at least feel like I can be proactive and kind of dictate some of the board state. which is something that I hadn't been doing previously, and I feel that I am now. Even though I run my decks into you again, Steve, and you just have that top deck kind of luck.
I mean, we've established this. Whenever you play against me, your luck is just horrendous, or I'm just like the most lucky person alive.
Honestly, I thought that my opening hand versus you on Merlin was mwah. It was beautiful. Like I had the perfect curve up to level 3. I had the Pendragon. You're just like, die. And I was just like, F.
It's
F.
pretty good.
So much unpreventable damage. So much unpreventable damage. It's yeah. We'll talk about that. We did a deck tech on that, which seems to be doing is quite popular right now. So we'll talk more about that. There was another Ascent. There was Ascent Auckland after this one, and the same deck won, or a very similar deck won Ascent
No, it
Auckland.
was Razor Gale. Razor Gale won.
Right, and that also they also won Niagara too, right? Was it Razor Gale?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah. It was back to back Razor Gale tops.
Yeah, so back to back Razor Gales won. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch base on regarding like what we saw at Auckland?
No,
Yeah,
I
I
mean
didn't
the
think
the
so either.
meta. Yeah, the meta's been pretty consistent.
I mean, we've said that it's been very open. Though I think what you had been talking about for last season, Steve, was that while it was very open, there was a ton of decks that were all trying the same game plan. So while it felt open, it also felt like it was a race to OTKs.
Yeah,
Do
I
you want to
mean,
kind of elaborate a little bit on how you felt about that?
yeah, I think it was probably more seen in Aki just because there were so many players. So it's like you just had more sampling of it.
Yeah.
But like Fire Crux effectively is going for an OTK, whether you're doing the Spirit Ruler, Sword Saint's Vow line, or you're doing Fire Crux Knight. Crux Knight less so, but it still can do it with Rending. Wind Seiryu, obviously, just at any point can just decide to turbo to 3 and then just turbo nuke you. Um, Wind Rye is effectively doing the same thing. They're just building up to their one turn where they're going to nuke you. Um, I don't want to say Water Diana's in the same boat because hers is just like big hits each turn. But
Yeah.
Gembu's in a similar way where it can just one shot you. Like, there's so many decks that are just in the meta that we're either going to do chip damage and then one shot you, or we're just going to one shot you, or we just have the ability to just one shot you. And it's like, I don't know. It seemed kind of stale when you constantly paired into like different decks that are all different colors but all doing the same thing. Like, honest to God, what's the difference between playing against a Wind Seiryu that just kills you turn 3 or 4 versus like Oblation CL that just goes straight to 3, Advent, like Omen's Advent, and then just plays Oblation and kills you? So it's like realistically, what is the difference between these decks? Like they're doing ultimately the same thing, they're just doing it in a slightly different way.
Mm-hmm.
And you can make the argument that you need more cards for this or less cards for this, but like it's all coming in one big chunk of damage in that turn. Like think to Merlin. At least Merlin, it was like pre-rack fireball, then their recollect main phase, play a ghost, swing with ghost, sudden steal, ascension, maybe another fireball, play deer. Like there's so many different ways that she had to do damage, but her fireballs weren't dealing like 15 or 11 like in the case of Arcane Blast from Wind Seiryu, or constantly dealing sevens with Wind Rye with the elemental. So it's just, I don't know.
No,
It just felt like,
it's always why as Merlin you want to have multiple fireballs in your hand.
yeah, exactly. It just feels like everyone's just playing the same thing, just doing it slightly different. Whereas back in the day, at least if you were going to get hit with a lot of damage, it wasn't like you just could sit there at 4 health and just be terrified. Like I've never played in a meta before in this game where even playing a level 3 champ, I'm at 4 life and I'm just like, am I just dead? Like, am I just dead while they have like 5 cards in hand? And that's what it feels like nowadays.
Corbin, do you have similar thoughts about that?
Yes and no. I strictly played Merlin all through that season, so my mentality was similar in that I'm gonna get one shot, but it changed the way that I played the deck, where my priority was getting deer out because as soon as
Mm.
that happened, I could at least like relax a little bit. I wasn't as worried about the I'm at 4 health, I'm going to die at any moment. So taking the actions to get to a point where I'm not going to get blown up was my thinking, and I think playing Merlin let me play into that strategy.
You felt Deer was still very effective even with all the like anti Shenju cards that were floating around.
Yeah.
Did
Better
you?
than nothing.
It, it is definitely better than nothing. Did you up your card count on bringing Deer out, or did you keep it at two?
No, I was playing 3 at Niagara. I think I played 2 in Boston.
Two in Boston, and then you upped it. Gotcha.
Yeah, so it did go up.
I will say, like, obviously the one like getting nuked from orbit is scary, but like all of my decks have things like Crystallized Destiny in them and Resolute Stands. But
Crystallized Destiny was a huge card this
It,
past format.
I think it's still
absolutely.
gonna be a huge
It's
card.
yeah.
But I like those defense tools being there is great. Like Deer's great. Um you should not have to sit there and be like, wow, I really need to play Deer, otherwise at 4 health I'm gonna die with 28 health total. Like
Yep.
yeah, that's what bothers me too, is like
Did
I
you
have defense tools in the deck. If I don't see them, I'm just dead.
did you
Okay.
when you were in Aki Harbor? Did you see was there any? Did you think that there was any room for maybe a tempo style deck? You know, just maybe a tempo ally deck. Swing. It comes in there for
Um,
4 or 5 every turn.
the closest I can say is honestly Crux Knight. Crux Knight was the tempo deck and still kind of is, because it wasn't necessarily one shotting you. It was just, hey, I have the ability to just at any point rending you for anywhere from like 10 to 20, depending on the game state, whether I'm level 3, whether I'm not, whether I have hone, whether I have a sword. Like that like rending by itself was just very easy to pop off because there wasn't many water decks running Song of Frost. But she also ran like allies. Depending on which deck you built, like the way that I built it was definitely more towards the ally focus, but you could go to 3 as soon as possible if you wanted. So that to me, that was the closest to like a tempo deck. Was you just played that, you played kind of low to the ground aggression, and then your closer was just naturally swinging for 5 with level 3's effect, giving you the bonus power, or you just went with the rending line early on than people expected. I remember I played against Quest on Tristan day 2, and he looked at me sideways when I just like stayed on level 1 for like 3 turns. He was like, "What are you like? You're the first Fire Crux Knight to ever do this." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're Tristan. I'm not going to go to level 3 right away. I'm just going to play a bunch of allies and kill you." So I think decks like that, I think Crux Knight and maybe Water Diana you could consider kind of similar. Like they
Hmm.
kind of did the same thing. Their big hits weren't like OTKs. It was just really good allies and then really big hits.
Um. So you were basically playing her like Philo, depending on your matchup.
Yeah, like Corbin said, like I had the flexibility. Depending on who I'm playing against, changed my playstyle.
Right.
And the deck allowed that.
Now you do mention Crux Knight, but you didn't play Crux Knight in the main event, did you, Steve?
For Aki, no.
Yeah. What did you play in the main event?
I flipped a coin and it landed on Fractal. No, you don't understand. Like, honest to God, I
What was the
cannot
other side of the coin?
understand. What's that?
What was the other side of the coin? Because you played Saryu in the Scrub Out regionals, right?
Yeah, because I didn't care about the Scrub Out regionals. It was between Crux Knight and Fractals. It should have been Crux Knight. Like Crux Knight was obviously one of the best decks. It was like up there. Um,
It
but
won Aki.
yeah, it did end up winning Aki.
Hmm.
I would have had a much better time playing Crux Knight. Um, especially since I somehow didn't play against a single win Seiryu or Merlin. Like I don't understand. I don't know how, but I picked Burst Asunder in a 9-round day 1 event, and I managed to play 3 mirror matches. Riddle me that. Like that's my matchup lottery.
And how many people were actually on Fractals there?
Oh God, I don't know. Like it's got to be less than 30.
That's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Not to mention, I had a running Zhang count with you guys too. Like my luck with drawing Zhang Zhao's was ridiculous. I think by round 6 or 7, the count was like what was it? It was like 12 games played and like 7 Zhangs drawn the entire day, and it was like, what the hell?
Oh my
But
goodness.
it is what it is.
So I just did a search on Fractal of Insight for Fractal under Aki, and there were 14 results. So I'm assuming there's 14 Fractal players there.
It's so bad. There's like 700 players there. How do I get 3 mirror matches?
14 people out of 681.
Yeah, but yeah, it was one of those things where I was like, you know what, I don't care. I went there for Japan. I went there for like 2 weeks. So Japan was absolutely gorgeous. The event run was on the tail end of my vacation, so like I enjoyed all of Japan first. I've never been to a place that like made me almost shed a tear out of the airport. Like I got out and everyone on the escalators was on the left side and left the right for people to walk up, and my manufacturing engineering brain was just like, this is just efficiency formed in culture. I love it.
Yeah, so
Not to mention the food.
I'm sure.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure the food was fantastic. But yeah, tell us about some of the highlights of your trip to Japan.
The food, the main city was really nice. I mean, I'm not a huge city guy, but it's just like any other city. The only difference is they actually really keep good care of it. Because you can't like smoke outside. You have to actually smoke in the smoke boxes that they have there. Like I would wake up around like 7, go out, walk on the street, and there's people just sweeping the leaves off the ground. And I'm just like, what the, like the sidewalk, like it's the sidewalk. Why are you sweeping the leaves off of this? Because they all take such good care of their area. I traveled down to Kyoto for a day. Went to the bamboo forest, which was beautiful. Climbed a mountain right next to it, and you could see the entire Kyoto Valley, and it was just gorgeous. Um, there was there wasn't much time for me to spend down in the Kyoto and Osaka area, but if anyone actually goes, definitely go to Kyoto and Osaka. Um, they are more of like the nature and beauty, and everyone tells me they're like, you should go there. Like go to Tokyo for like a day or two. You're not gonna miss much. It's a major city. There's not really much there that's like different from anywhere else per se. But going to Kyoto and Osaka is definitely the go-to. If I go back, I'm climbing Mount Fuji. I will climb Mount Fuji.
Yeah, big. I know you're a
Yeah,
big climber.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw the Imperial Palace, just a bunch of stuff around there. It was just really nice, and the people there are so friendly. They're just so friendly.
Going a little bit back to the ascent. So this was the largest ascent that Grand Archive has ever had. Nearly 700 people. So that's a knockout by so much. How did you feel? Was the ascent different from a player perspective, knowing that you had to go through that many people to kind of make it up the ladder? Did having that many people show up really change the level of competition?
I would imagine in theory it should make early rounds a lot easier because it's more likely at like let's say round 4 that you might pair into a player who you otherwise wouldn't have paired into if it was less players.
Mhm.
Meaning that if I'm a lesser skilled player on a deck that has a lower or a higher skill floor, the every time I flip a coin, like it's more likely with more people that I might flip heads and just roll the nuts and just cookie cutter my way to round 4. So it's possible like you could have played someone who maybe wasn't or wouldn't have been as good at the game if you were playing in a lower populated event. So I would imagine that match quality would have gone down, but honest to God, like the player skills obviously keeps going up each season. So players are getting better at the game. So this isn't always the case. That and decks are getting easier to play. I mean, I'll just say it. I think decks are getting way easier to play. Some are more complicated, but the really good ones are the barrier to entry for some of the decks is just it's just a lot higher, or the barrier to entry is a lot lower. The floor is a lot higher.
Did you run into any language barriers when you were playing against any opponents?
I personally did not, but it would not surprise me if other people did. Thankfully, I think English is like the second language of Japan. So like even the signs everywhere were in English along with Japan or Japanese or whatever. But I did not run it. I think the closest thing to a language barrier I ran into was some guy from Taiwan. and he didn't speak much English. But when you're playing Grand Archive, as long as both players are competent at the game and respect the proper sequencing, you can make through the game by just being like, this good, like thumbs up, good, and they'll be like, yeah, and then you just keep doing the motions. It's really not that bad.
What did you make of kind of like the Japanese scene around Grand Archive? I know that Weebs really wants to have a breakout moment in Japan, and having such a large event, it seems like it was the interest was successful. Did you see a lot of Japanese players or interest from Japanese locals coming in and doing demos and stuff like that?
I I don't know that I can answer that question. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Unless there's like a nationality flag on someone's username, I do not know where you're from. Like, I legit don't know. So all I will say is when we were outside the venue on the block that the building was,
Yeah.
a lot of like the Japanese just walking by, or at least that I would assume are the locals. Like so many people were just coming up to people and just asking them, "What is this for? Like, what is going on? Why are there so many people here?"
Mm-hmm.
So clearly the interest is there. I would assume that the Japanese scene is fine. From what I understand, they have a pretty big locals. That's, well, I want to say maybe like a 10-minute walk from the venue. I actually missed out. They had local. I think it was like every night for the week right before the ascent. They had like a big locals event at that place. I didn't realize it until
Oh,
like
that's kind of
Thursday night.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it sounds to me like the scene is actually pretty big there.
Yeah, I've been going through social media, and after the Akihabara event, I've been noticing a lot more posts regarding it, and people who are actually just kind of discovering the game and not realizing that not only was it not a Southeast Asia or Japanese game, it was actually an American game. So I thought that was very interesting as well. I'm glad you enjoyed your experience. I'm sorry that your actual play didn't match your experience, but there's always next
Happens.
time. There's always next time. And that was all last season anyway. We're in a new season now. We're in a new season. We've got some new champions. We have a ton of new cards. Corbin, you being the big Merlin fan, are you playing the Sheen counter Merlin?
No, I'm still playing
You're
Kingslayer.
sticking with Kingslayer.
Boo, boo.
So
Part of that was me still just waiting to open product. Um,
yeah.
so now that it's opened, I'll tinker around with
Hmm.
some stuff. And the next thing I want to try is new Merlin 1 into Kingslayer. So that's where I'm going next.
What advantage does that have besides the mastery?
The Mastery is extra damage. If they have 3 Sheen counters on them, it's a little bit more chip damage with the attacks.
So does that like how? Well, let's kind of think about that for a little. How does that exactly? What does Kingslayer change? Do you take out? Obviously, you take out all the things that are warrior, uh, or do you?
Yeah, you take
No.
Drawn Blade stays in. Like I'm like low level, like as you level up, so the flame runes would come out. I think that's the only
The
last
flame
bonus
runes would come
float.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't even know that you'd cut those because that still works for Merlin too because it's mage.
they
it
are
does. Yeah,
mage. You're right. They're mage warriors.
but my thought process is because I'm not going to be playing Lorraine 1, you don't get the sword.
Hmm.
So Ascension's not going to be as key because you don't have the free loops with it. Because you don't have the swords, Incarnate's also going to be weird to play. So I'm just going to try more aggressive with Flared Iridescence, the new card that you can ephemerate from Graveyard.
Yeah, I love that card. I just raw stuck that into my Kingslayer deck as well because it's just like another fireball. It really is.
Yep.
It's pretty fantastic. Uh, all about
It's 8 damage.
yeah. It is 8 damage and a 4 damage fast speed spell. That's just it's fantastic in so many ways. It deals with so many threats on the board as well. So I guess that kind of leads into what is your favorite card out of this new set?
I really like Vorpal Sword. I like the design of it. I like the level 3 aspect of being able to stabilize and clearing the aggressive decks when they go wide.
Hmm.
Because you remove the prep counter, you can stand up again. It has 3 attack. So you're just able to get to 3, clear board, and stabilize from there.
How about you, Steve?
I would probably say Labyrinth.
Yeah,
I think that's it's such cool art. And it's so stupid.
you've been harping on Labyrinth, even though you haven't made a deck with it yet.
No, that's not true. I did. I played against
You made
Fern with
Turbo
it. And Fern,
Labyrinth.
what's that?
Turbo Labyrinth.
Yeah, Turbo Labyrinth. Yeah,
You didn't.
everyone, like what was it? Taylor and Dan kept saying they're just like, you don't really need to or want to go to 3 really that quick or whatever. And then like the first deck I make is just like Turbo level 3, and I'm just like, oh, I have 10 Sheen on level 3. Drop Labyrinth immediately, and then it's like, all right, well, did you draw the answer? If not, all right, then guess I just don't die.
The funniest part of that conversation was trying to figure out what your win con is. And you're just like, you just sit there.
Yeah. Well, I like obviously that's the first iteration of the deck. Like that kind of card, like I built that deck honest to God just to limit test that card itself. And
Sure.
playing against Fern on Tristan without any Fantasia hate and him being like, this sucks. I literally can do nothing against you. I'm just like, yes. No, you can't.
But you can't do anything either.
Well, yeah. Well, it got to the point where he had like 6 Sheen counters, and I got out the Luminous Quartz weapon, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to lose a prep counter, deal 6. All right, next turn, I'm going to lose a prep counter, deal 6. And that was how I killed him.
That is a very slow death.
Yes, it is. I did have a judge question because I this was mentioned to me, and I'm not sure if I'm in my brain. So when you play an attack card, like let's say Labyrinth is out, so you can't target me if you don't have True Sight because I have Stealth. But if let's say that you have 5 influence, right? Like you're five in memory. You have 5 in memory. Can you pay 2 to activate Shadow Strike and then target my champion because I no longer have Stealth? When does targeting occur?
I believe. I haven't read through it. It was just in the judge Discord about all of that. They had to rewrite the rules to
That's even
order
better.
everything.
Oh no.
I don't know that specific ordering because I didn't read the thread. I do know the endpoint was Tariff Ring applies last because it came up specifically with Tariff Ring. So
Okay.
if you're under Tariff Ring, you cannot declare the attack because you don't pay until afterwards.
Because my issue was Fern told me that you activate the card, and after the activation has resolved, then you declare target. And I thought, well, that makes no sense because if it's an attack card, you have to target something. That would be like saying I play Fireball and then after it resolves, I target you.
So attacks are different because
I
you
know.
don't choose a target until they enter an intent.
Okay, so it would work that way. You could play Shadow Strike and then be able to target me.
Probably.
Okay.
I'm not going to stand by that.
Well,
I
that's what
haven't read
Fern
how
told.
they
That's what
re-
Fern told me. But like when we were playing, that was how he ended up winning one game. Was because actually, I don't even think he won because no, he didn't because he did that, and then I just played Song of Frost. But no, it was like Labyrinth is just a crazy card. It creates all these crazy interactions. Corbin just said they had to rewrite the freaking rules for this card, so that's why it's my favorite. It's just stupid all around. It's the win con. You just put 38-6 Sheen on your opponent and then just rip it out of them.
So someone smarter than us, let us know down below how attacks and spells interact with Labyrinth.
Yeah,
Smarter than
please.
us. You're a judge.
I don't judge anymore.
He doesn't. Steve, he doesn't do anything anymore. Whenever you ask him, but you do this, it's like, not anymore.
I just play Merlin.
Yeah. Just play Merlin. You recollected your CSR set, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh my god, love-hate
They're all in the
relationship
mail.
with this guy. In and out, in and out.
Don't worry, he'll sell them all and get Tristan again.
He's
Yeah.
literally that meme where the guy is just with somebody and he's looking behind him.
It's like, ooh.
That's Corbin. That's Corbin right now.
So the card that I like the most from this set is actually kind of weird. I really like Topsy Decree. the Topsy card. It's
I go with that.
it's a utility card, and it's going to be really freaking relevant this season, I think.
I would agree. 100% agree.
Also, it has Cheshire on it, so I like some Cheshire. It kind of looks like she's.
I don't even remember what all the modes are on there.
The first one is Spell Shroud. The second one is Discard. The third one is choose up to 2 cards to banish. It's very important that they allowed it, one, that the choose up to said choose, because you don't target.
Mhm.
And 2, it's really important that that's the last, because it means when you play it where you can imbue, you discard and then banish. So if they discard float, you banish it in the same resolution of the card.
It just it's such a it has so much utility. It does a lot of things in one card, so it really kind of helps to narrow your sideboard choices. Because it's solving for a lot of problems you could very well end up dealing with in the upcoming meta or in any matches that you face. The spell shroud is very, very important, as we'll get to soon. So you had mentioned you hadn't gotten any product for Phantom Monarchs, and it seems that there was a lot of issues with getting product out from the distributors. We were lucky that the Banished Zone actually got their product day of release. I know a bunch of you went over there and cracked some on the day of.
I believe they're sold out now, aren't they?
I believe they are. The Banished Zone is completely sold out. They're trying very hard to get more. They haven't been able to.
Wait, seriously?
Oh yeah, they sold out on Saturday.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
I didn't think they were that close to running out.
Mm-hmm.
Lazarus also sold out.
So what about pricing for locals? Do we actually get PTM packs?
We have some squirreled away for pricing.
Oh, thank God. I need another Lost Providence. You don't understand.
You and everyone else. So yeah, because product has been a little delayed in transit. Some places still haven't gotten theirs. I know a lot of stores were supposed to get their shipments today. I don't think everyone got theirs. There has been a little bit of a drought with singles, and Lost Providence. Holy crap, is that card expensive right now?
Actually, live. Let me do a price check while you're talking.
Price check. I mean, I've seen it all over the place. I saw it. I think the lowest.
Let's see where it's at now.
The lowest I saw it was 80. And I think.
Oh, you sweet summer child. That's it.
The last time hey, that was the price I had when I traded for mine. So.
We're looking at like 3 listings around 160. The rest are at 300.
Are they foils?
Well, Steve.
Foil? No, that I don't even think that's foil, dude. Oh no, that's near mint foil. The foils are 550. Yeah, TCG Player has it like 3 listings at 160, 170. Merlin's Marketplace, for the record, I've been keeping a track on Merlin's Merlin's Market. I think early this morning there was a listing for 150, and it sold at asking at 150 in less than 3 hours. So it's not like this TCG Player prices are far-fetched.
Yeah. So I guess
I just pulled up Looking Glass as well. Looking Glass is currently on TCG Player for 180 non-foil.
Oh God.
Oh man.
So this is an interesting topic of conversation. So when we get a Divine Relic and the population count that is printed totals 3,000, or roughly 3,000, 200 or 2,600 non-foil, 300 foil. When your Divine Relic pop count is like 3K, and your registered on Omnidex player count is 25K, I think there might be a problem where you have 10% of the field even could play the card. And that's a card that, like,
I mean, less than 10% of the field could play that card. If all
no, it'd be slightly more.
You said there was 3,000.
Yeah,
and
25K.
There are 3,000 Lost Providences between foil and non-foil. There's 4,000 Looking Glasses between foil and non-foil.
Why did they print less?
It's an expansion set, I guess.
I don't know. Either way, though, it's still absurd the fact that you can think that there's a Divine Relic that just about every single level 3 deck wants to play because it's objectively better GCR in those decks, and yet like barely 10% of the population can play with the card. So I think that's an intrinsic problem that maybe Weebs is gonna have to look at.
Yeah, I mean, outside of not printing them at UR, it's a matter of being able to, if they feel that they can support printing more product, and you don't want to run into that fractured crown situation again, where you flood the market with product either. Or even for that matter, AMB, where you end up with shipments going out in phases, and then a bunch of AMB product just sits as well, which is why they're doing that new redemption for AMB as well, with 2 CSRs for 1 fluffy CSR. And to be fair, once again, I think that they do a very good job of kind of correcting for stale inventory in the market. But as far as like, how do you solve for making a UR that is highly sought after also be available to people who want to play it, outside of just don't make Divine Relics UR anymore?
I think also part of that is how proxy friendly Weebs is. They do have the index where players can print cards for locals. So that could be part of the, thought behind it is that the competitive players will pick up the cards at the price that it is for high level tournaments, and local level events will utilize the proxy system.
I mean, it was my understanding that anything in Omnidex had to be played with real cards outside of Proxia cards. So
I mean, I still think it comes down to like local discretion, and that's a great idea, but realistically, you shouldn't like your answer shouldn't be sure hope your LGS is cool with proxying this card.
yeah, sure hope you have a printer.
Yeah. Bold of you to assume I have a printer.
So yeah, that's just it says a lot to obviously the most powerful decks, and it definitely becomes a very large barrier to entry for newer players. When you see that a card that needs to be in your deck, excuse me, is $150 to $180 for a single card, that is absurd, because you could get a whole box and a half for that much. Actually, you could get close to 2 boxes for that.
Yeah.
And then hope you open one.
I've opened 3 cases. I didn't get a single one, and this is like the second set in a row. I've just not opened the.
I heard Logan opened 3, so
which is insane, by the way.
One foil.
No, that was Looking Glass.
That was Looking Glass.
Yeah, no, Braden got the foil. Lost Providence.
Oh, lucky boy.
I know.
So I'm not actually sure what the solution is outside of lowering the rarity of those particular cards.
I know the solution, but it's not a fun solution. Well, maybe it is.
All right.
The solution is you print it in a way that not every single deck wants to play it, or a majority of decks want to play it. Like a good example would be Quicksilver Grail. Like, don't get me wrong, Quicksilver Grail is expensive for its own different reasons. But like Quicksilver Grail is not necessary in every single deck, and it doesn't make or break every single deck. Looking Glass is also a good example, but I like why the Looking Glass is so expensive. I can only imagine it's just because Crux is so popular. But if you print Divine Relics that just don't slot into 80% of decks, I don't think you'll run into the problem as much. That's just my theory.
I mean, we had that problem with GCR for a while, but GCR never hit these prices, did it?
No.
GCR's top price was like 100.
Right.
Yeah.
And to me,
and people were complaining about that.
And to me, that wasn't
from
awful.
And DOA only had 5 URs, and all 5 of them were Regalias. So it was equal hit rates between the 5 of them. So there was a 20% chance to hit GCR compared to like really low chance to hit Lost Providence, because the populations are skewed towards main deck URs.
There's also a lot of good substitutes for GCR. I mean, we're to the point where when Backup Charger came out, everyone was like, Backup Charger is like almost objectively a better GCR. And in some ways, yes, because of the power cell, in some ways, no. But at this point, Lost Providence is like like 10 times better than GCR in level 3 decks, because there's just no reason not to play Lost Providence. Because you can argue, yeah, maybe if you stay low to the ground for a turn, like take a turn off and you use your GCR, it's like, cool. I am going to take a turn off and use backup charger instead. So I don't need the GCR. So I think that might also play into it, is the fact that GCR has alternatives. Lost Providence, Looking Glass, they kind of don't.
I mean, to your point, GCR, which is a rare, right? It's a rare, or is it an SR?
It's a UR.
It's the Divine Relic. They're always
No, I'm sorry, backup charger.
Oh, yeah, backup charger is rare. Yeah.
Yeah. So backup charger was rare, and it hit what, $60 at one point.
I thought it hit 100, didn't it?
I didn't think
I
it did.
think it was like
Guest
60 to 80.
star here.
Say hi to the camera, Calvin.
It got up there, and it's a rare. So that's also like it proves your point, right? That once you have a super powerful want to put it in every deck kind of card, it's going to be highly sought after. And
Yeah.
they're just not going to be available on the market, because as soon as you see one, people are going to gobble them up.
I guess this would be the big takeaway question is, do we all think it's going to go down or up in price, or level out at this absurd price it's at now?
I would have said gone down, but after you telling me that Looking Glass is 180, I have no idea. Because
I thought it would have stagnated until he told me that too.
I would have thought that Looking Glass would be at under 80, if not closer to 70 at this point. I am shocked that it is at 180, because again, like, who's playing it besides Merlin?
You're sure that the answer is Diana, Wind Wake Up. Like, there's so many other decks that it enables. Yeah. Once you start to think about it, it's actually used in a lot more than just Merlin.
It is. You're right. I guess I have bias because that's all I'm playing too.
Merlin pilled. I'm dealing with Merlin pilled.
Yeah,
co-host.
we're Merlin pilled. Yeah, I guess that's kind of nuts. What are you looking for?
You don't mind me.
What?
Or to charge it.
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, Corbin, do you think it's going to go up or down?
I was kind of in the same boat as you guys. I kind of predicted it would hit at like 120 and stay there, because I think it is better and more generic than Looking Glass. But with Looking Glass hitting 180 on TCG Player, I think it might like stay at like 200-ish.
That's
He
insane.
convinced himself in real time as he looked it up. He's like, "Oh shit!"
Wow. I mean,
I didn't realize Looking Glass jumped that high either. Last time I heard it was like 100, and that was like a week ago.
we were kind of having like a more open discussion about, like, affordability and availability of cards in one of our discords, and someone asked the question, can a card game survive if things are this expensive? And my answer was yes. What you really don't want to happen is you don't want to see a UR be $15, because if a UR is $15, there is no incentive for someone to go and buy a case of this product if there is no chase cards that are not only valuable to put in your deck, but also valuable for resale. There's an economy here that kind of needs to be balanced. And unfortunately, right now, it's skewed in a very expensive direction. And we want some of that to come down, but we also don't want to see $15 URs, because then we have low power and undesirable cards to purchase sealed. Right now, we have super highly desirable singles and lack of product availability at the moment. So that leads to super high expensive singles prices. You can see this happening right now in other card games like Riftbound, where there is a huge lack of availability of their product and massive inflation for cards, because there is a couple of decks that are very powerful, and there's key cards in all of those decks that you have to have. So they're $80 cards, and you need 3 of them to put in the deck. So you can see something similar happening in this instance. But then you look at something like Star Wars Unlimited, who has had some very low power sets since their first set, as well as a lot of of overprinting of their cards, and they're running into the issue I was just saying is like their highest rarity cards are $15. So if you were to hit all of the most expensive cards in the latest set and you bought like a booster box, you would have to hit every single most expensive rare, most expensive, I think they call them legendaries or something. The UR equivalent, you'd have to hit the most expensive ones to not even break even. So what's the incentive to open that box for an LGS? They're better off selling the sealed product than they are cracking it open and selling singles. So where's that middle ground, right?
I mean, we've been there. It's
Yeah.
interesting you bring it up because I remember having this conversation with someone making the argument that GA was too expensive when MRC just rolled around, and it was like Tristan is like a $700 deck. This is too much. This is ridiculous. And it's like, well, for starters, you don't have to play with some cards, so you can make adjustments and alternatives. Your deck might not be as competitively viable, but at the same time, like you said, you can't create a card economy where your singles are $15 at most. Like, sure, congrats. Your most competitive deck is like $200 tops. Like, that's awesome. Your LGS is sitting on like let's say 20 cases worth of product that they just can't move because of that. So you have to now balance like, okay, sure, competitive and barrier to entry is cheap here, but the game will not survive because your LGSs will not sell product, so they're not going to buy product to sell in the first place. But then if it's too high, in my opinion, I don't think it's actually as big of a deal as people make it out. Because if anything, when Lost Providence is like 150 and you've got all these cards that are so expensive, again, there's more nuance to it. But just in general, when the card value is so high, that means purchasing sealed product is far more valuable than just buying singles. Like right now, if I go buy a box of like ALC, unless I pull like a Carter, I don't think I'm getting any value or return on my investment on that if I were to sell singles from the box that I open. Whereas PTM, if I buy a single box of that and I hit like any of a plethora of SRs, any of a certain URs, even rares to some degree.
The curios?
Like, yeah, even the curio foil. Like, if I hit any of those, I just made my money back and then some because, like you just mentioned, the economy is just kind of a give and take. So, in my opinion, when cards cost this much, I actually think this is better. Not in like from the player perspective and the barrier to entry. It's like it is just better because it means that the game is thriving and your LGS is going to be more incentivized to get you that product. I get it's going to suck at the upfront, but like Corbin had mentioned, and I hate that this would be the answer, and it shouldn't be, but community is what comes in here. Like the economy is obviously lopsided to the extreme on one side where it's expensive. This is where community actually matters. Your LGS, your friends that'll let you borrow cards or be okay with proxies, things like that. Obviously, competitive events, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Like, obviously, we have a Ascent Manila coming up in like 2 weeks. But to me, this is okay. I'd rather have it be on this end of the spectrum than every single card is like less than $10.
So I will say that the only exception to this rule right now in general, because I know I'm going to see it in the comments as people are going to shout it, is Pokemon. But it's Pokemon. People are going to buy Pokemon regardless. Yes,
it's IP.
Pokemon is the strongest IP in the world. It makes the most money out of any IP in the world, and you can build decks in Pokemon for $25, and they can be crazy competitive. Like some of the most competitive decks are under $100. So if you want an inexpensive game that is extremely popular, yeah, you play Pokemon because Pokemon's going to fly off the shelves just because of the IP. To some extent, Riftbound is experiencing that as well, and it is very likely sustaining specifically off the IP because I don't want to get too into it. My personal bias is that the rule set and the translation of the current set is very clunky. So I think that there's a lot of issues with the core gameplay as it stands right now. And then you have something like Star Wars Unlimited, which has also an extremely strong IP, but the cards are so low powered that no one is interested in buying the sealed product anymore, and it's hurting the game. So if a game is with a powerful IP like Star Wars is printing low power stuff and suffering because of it, a game with its own original IP can't take that risk.
I think at the end of the day, just sit down. It's gonna suck for at least right now, but at the end of the day, things are gonna get better. I'm sure of that. And if anything, like you said with Star Wars, I would rather have GA be a little bit too expensive than otherwise it should be, than see every single card worth less than $10, because that to me would indicate it's just dying.
Yeah. It does. It definitely hurts being able to bring new people into the game. I will say that, because then they see some of the prices for these cards and they're just like, oh, I can't afford $50 or $60 for a Pendragon. And I think that's where a lot of community can help out, right? I know that we throw cards around and let people borrow cards all the time. I know that people let people just borrow decks. I usually come to these events with multiple decks. So if you're someone who is as privileged as the three of us, you are able to build all these decks, you have access to a lot of cards, and you want more people to get into this game, but they're a little put off by the cost or the barrier to entry on the cost side of singles. Let them borrow a deck every week. Let them figure out and see how amazing this game is, the game that we enjoy so much as well, so that they too can, slowly build into it. And again, we're throwing our bulk around all the time, so they can get a majority of those cards usually from in our local, mostly for free.
Yeah, I'm to the point, because I'm sorting stuff now, where like all of my rares, I don't need rares from the set anymore. So like all the rares just get donated to bulk.
Yeah, I'm almost at that point where all I need is SRs and URs. I know I got that. I'm at that point for I was at that point for DTR pretty quickly. I need a couple more rares for PTM, and then I'm at the point where if it's not an SR or UR,
And Corbin only opened like 1 or 2 cases, so we can just feed him some of our rares. Poor guy probably needs it.
He's starving over there, poor guy.
Yeah. And while you're donating your cards, don't forget to spend an hour-long lecture on explaining card economy and why it's actually important that stuff doesn't cost 2 cents. That's the hardest part, is like getting people to understand why it is the way that it is.
Yeah. I mean, even if you explain the way it is, it still doesn't feel good, right? It doesn't feel good.
It's never going to feel good.
No.
It never feels good explaining to someone why a card costs 2 cents that you just spent $4 to open a pack on. And then also it never feels good to explain to them that you got to pay $160 for a Divine Relic.
But it does feel good to get a booster pack and open an $80 SR.
Exactly.
That
and that's the other thing
real
too.
good.
You get that feel, you're opening those packs and you're like, you're no longer like, oh, I didn't get anything good. You're like, oh.
Speaking of that, the new PTM event packs are going to have really good reprints in it.
Yes, they are.
Except Fracturize.
Except Fracturize.
Hey, Fracturize was reprinted in SP3. There are hundreds of those. Wallet is deep. There are hundreds of those CPRs.
Ghost was also reprinted.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we had a Ghost reprint. Yeah. If you were a good player.
I was not.
Good Lord.
Oh my goodness. I like this move for the reprints as well, because you get a chance of getting some of the these cards that are highly sought after and desirable just from playing events. We should start seeing those PTM event packs in January, I believe. Usually they come like a few weeks after the set releases, so you're gonna have to deal with the DTR ones for now. So I guess we want to move on to a little bit about what you've been brewing lately. We know that Corbin is not brewing anything, but you, sir, Steve-O, have been brewing a crap ton of things, and have decided that you're going to do 16 unpreventable damage to everybody. So
yeah, we like uninteractability.
What is that? What is that card that does that, Steve?
I've been practicing for this one.
Okay.
Faux Awakening.
Awakening. Yeah.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah.
I think I got it right this time.
Well,
Yeah,
if you
no,
speak French, comment on Steve's French accent down below.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Like I'm trying to limit myself this season because I'm not going to many ascents. I think the only ascent I'm going to is LA.
Mhm.
Um, obviously because I just purchased a home, so it's like I got other stuff to do.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I'll brew ideas. Like that's what we did the Alice video. I actually can't even play that deck because I didn't pull a ticket to the Underworld.
I got
So,
it. I got
I
it.
mean, I could play.
Oh, I did have one. I traded it away already. Sorry.
No, I should reiterate. I can play the deck. It's just I want to play it the way that I built it.
Yeah.
Especially because from my perspective, I have to play it to at least understand what it's capable of and at least give, make sure that the videos that I'm producing actually have some level of competitive merit to them, and I'm not just throwing crap at a wall and seeing what sticks as far as brews. But what we did with the Alice deck, like it's just putting ideas up on the board that on paper should be pretty good. And honestly, I think that Alice deck, given some tweaks on how it can win, like we were looking at Creeping Torments as an option, Suffocating Miasma. So like those are options that you can just play the stall Prison Lock, and then you can just slowly over time kill your opponent with them. So it's like there's just so much that you can do with new sets like this, and it's just going to keep growing every time we get new cards because there's no rotations yet.
So why don't you bring it next time and I'll let you borrow my ticket because I didn't get any of the new dragon. So I can't build it, but I have the ticket.
The Jabberwocky.
I didn't get any Jabberwockies.
Dude, I literally have bulk right here. I have 3 Jabberwocky that are supposed to go in this box.
All right.
I pulled 7 Jabberwocky and 7 Labyrinth.
All right. Please save those Jabberwockies for me, please.
You got it.
Because I got no Jabberwockies whatsoever.
You pulled no Labyrinth.
No Labyrinth.
You pulled no Labyrinth?
No Labyrinth.
How? Actually, I can't even say how. I opened 3 cases and I didn't pull the Umbra main deck UR, which I'm so glad I didn't because that card is dog water.
I got 4 of them.
Oh, you poor thing.
I pulled a playset. And no Jabberwockies. Well, we do have a pretty good local tournament season coming up in the Northeast here. We're going to be starting up in January with the possibility of heading over to Massachusetts. Is that correct, Corbin? That's the one in January?
Yep. Big maybe for Pennsylvania crew, though.
Yeah.
Depends
if top 16.
Yeah, we want to. Yeah, if it's a top 16, I think it's worth driving out to. I think that would be fantastic. It's always great to see those people there up there. Then there's the Michigan one on February 7th. That one we do know is top 16. I think we're probably all going to be heading to that one. I haven't gone to the Michigan ones yet, but I think I'm going to go to this one.
Yeah, the PA crew's been traveling out to those ones the last 2.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, we took 2 cars out the first time around. I don't think Steve went with us, though.
No, I didn't go the first time.
I think we need to get the Justin bus going again.
Yep. Dude, that car, oh my God, the car that we got upgraded into for free.
All right, so Woo! For Niagara, a huge chunk of folks, not myself because I went up there with my family, so we drove separately, but a bunch of the PA crew basically rented the biggest van they could find. And you guys got upgraded, right?
No, this was for Michigan. This was Michigan, right?
Oh, this was Michigan?
No.
No, this was Niagara.
No, this is Niagara.
Yeah.
Oh. We got upgraded for Michigan too, didn't we?
No, we took Justin's car for Michigan.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh, I'm mixing the two. That car, all right, whatever car that was just, that was good. The leg room. Ooh.
So Justin is the official bus driver. So I think we need to organize that for Michigan because I do not want to do a 16-hour drive.
It's 16 total.
For Michigan?
It's 8 hours.
Yeah, it's like 8 to 8 back.
Oh, it's 8.
It depends who's driving. I mean, if you really want me to drive, we'll get there in like 5.
I don't want to die.
Also, the Airbnb we stayed in last time in Michigan had like 16 beds. It was
Oh
like,
my God.
Really?
don't
I
you remember that, Steve?
I
We
remember
took the
that. Yeah. No. Oh my
we
God.
took like the
It was like a
attic.
3-story house with like 7 bedrooms. Yeah.
Yeah, and it had king bunk beds.
I will never forget like the night after the event. That night, Justin comes up to the top room where me, you, and Logan are, and there's like some weird little like triangle foam thing and a layout. It was kind of like one of those just makeshift beds, and he just kind of like tries to sit on it and does something a panda would do and just kind of flops over on his like butt and rolls over. And we just looked at him. We're just like, dude, like you can't make this comedy up. Like this is sitcom level comedy here.
and then let's see. Last but not least on our list in February is the Banish Zone.
Before Banner Zone, we had Virginia the week before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't tell me about that one pre-show. What day is
You got
the?
excited for Banner
I
Zone.
did. What day is VA?
I think it's the 21st.
Oh my gosh, we're going to be spending all of February traveling.
Yeah.
All right, so Virginia on the 21st. That's fantastic. We'll definitely be hitting that one up. We love going there. And then, yes, the Banish Zone. On the 28th of February, we are having a 3K this time. So because of the increase in attendance that we've been having over every single regional, our sixth official regional here is going to be a 3K, up from the 2.5 that we had last time. We are hoping that we will sell 100 plus tickets this time. We have 104 for sale. They are for sale right now. You can go to those tickets in the link down below. So we'll also put that QR code over Corbin's head, as is tradition. But yeah, you can get your tickets right now. Remember, we did sell out of our tickets for our last regional. So make sure you get those tickets early and now, because we will be offering all sorts of prizing on top of the 3K we normally give out. We have a bunch of raffles. Steve's already started donating stuff. We will also feed everyone. We always have pizza. Shout out to Neto, who I think took 3 pizzas home by himself. Good, because
Whoa, whoa, whoa! We can take those home,
yeah, at the end of the night you can take them home.
mother.
Yeah, take him out of Neto's mouth as he's running off with all the pizzas.
You think I'm gonna let him walk out with a single box, knowing what I know now?
Yes,
David, for those who don't know, the
yeah.
PA server has an emoji sticker of Steve eating pizza with a bunch of hearts around it.
Oh well,
Oh
he's
yeah,
in
Dave,
love
you
with
can
I
put
his.
don't know if
that
that's,
on screen.
Yeah,
yeah, you gotta throw that
all
up on
right.
the screen.
It's over Steve's head right now because he is so in love with his own pizza.
No, it's not pizza. It's just food.
Yeah, you do love a food. So we're getting up here near the end of the show.
You remember the salami meat log I came in with the one time?
You were asking everyone to hold your meat.
It's about Christmas time. I'm about to get my Christmas meat again, this time from work. I'm coming in with the meat log.
You can hand everyone your meat log again.
Meaty thwop.
Yeah, you can whack Braden over the head with it.
That would cause a concussion. I'm not gonna lie.
You might kill the poor boy. All right. Well, is there anything else either of you would like to bring up? I think we're hitting the end of the show here.
I mean, I'm just super excited for the new set. There's a whole bunch of stuff to brew. And at least right out of the gate, there seems to be like maybe 1 or 2 boogeyman decks or boogeyman ideas, but the meta's going to be wide open as it was. So obviously keep brewing. I mean, we'll be posting some deck lists, deck ideas, deck brews, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, if you want to look at the Alice brew and the Ciel brew, those links are in the description below. So check those out. Hopefully Corbin starts brewing some Merlin lists for us that we'll post as well. I'm giving you
I
homework.
can send you some. They aren't good yet.
I want good
Dude,
lists.
You think the Alice deck that I made was good? The Alice deck I made was probably okay. Like, it's doable.
You
I
can
can send you my watermelon one.
Yeah, you can send me unfinished lists. Just make sure it has a win condition, because his Alice deck has no win condition.
I mean, it does. It's really slow.
All right, well,
watermelon coming.
well, see if you can get Watermelon to mill people out.
That's Logan's list.
Okay. All right. Well,
I have a different list.
okay. You have a different list. Well, Logan also has the wind one with the birds.
He
Bird
does.
up.
Bird up. New birds. Well, thank you both for joining me today. We will see you all again. Actually, probably, let's see, what is today? It's the 10th. So I'm going to say we're going to see each other again in the new year. And then hopefully we will start doing these every 2 weeks. But with the holidays coming up, I think that Happy New Year to both of you. And
I will absolutely do the next one before or right after Christmas with a Santa hat on.
I mean, that's fine. I got a Santa hat too. I'm not. I don't.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Christmas episode.
Santa hat.
Yeah, my Santa hat.
Christmas
My
episode.
Santa hat has Mickey ears because I got it at Disney. All right, thank you both, and y'all have a good night.
If you want to hear more of Careful Study, make sure to subscribe and ding that bell to be notified when we post.